We have been in the process of working with Enzo Celli, but the process has been really strenuous in a very good way. His approach to dance is different than what I've done in the past. I've been able to connect a lot more with it from not just like the outside of me. I felt it more inside and where the movement comes from and why it's happening, which is really good to explore. I think that everybody should be able to explore that. And it's also been extremely emotional. I may have cried a few times, whatever. But no, it's very fulfilling, I think, is what I would sum it up to be. It's very fulfilling.
I've had a really wonderful experience dancing with Enzo Celli and his band. It's been wonderful for us to get a taste of the contemporary dance aesthetic that they can bring from Europe, the floorwork expertise, but also the really extremely thoughtful way that he puts the different components of dance and theater and music together. Enzo emphasized to us that to him, the worst thing in his conception of the Holocaust is the idea of separation.
Working with Enzo has been really cool. I think he's very inspiring in many ways. I met him, I remember like 4 or 5 years ago in the festival, and you know, it was a duet, and I really liked his style and everything. And since then, I've seen a lot of the stuff that he and his company have developed. So it's such a pleasure working with him here at Peridance.
For me, it was a gift to dance in this piece. It was like a reminder of why I like to dance and what can be given when dancing. We started the process learning a bunch of different phrases. As the days progressed, the day that stuck most in my mind was when he talked about the intent of the piece and the feeling, the fear of losing someone. And I am actually recently engaged, so I can say before then I never had a fear. Until I found this love of my life, and I can say my greatest fear now is losing him. So to have a piece that's created around that was really touching and really freeing. So it started with beautiful movement that feels great to dance, and then as we heard the music, there's this haunting melody that goes through the entirety of the piece and all the different pieces of music. And then to have this feeling created on top of that, and this relationship with one particular individual, as well as this community of people that you're dancing with, and seeing, even though you might be dancing a totally separate phrase in your own little world, it's an incredibly freeing experience that leaves you physically tired and emotionally spent at the end of it, I can say. So it was a gift for us as dancers to be a part of it. We just had an amazing experience the past 2 weeks working with Enzo Celli and Elisabetta, and yeah, it was a very opening, allowed us and also gave us the opportunity and also pushed us to reach deep down inside to more than just steps, because on the outside everyone can be a dancer, but I think that this piece really went to the core of what it means to be human and to deal with life and death and all of the challenges and joy that come with living. And so I think that for me, this piece, it was about the Holocaust, but also it was about life. And just grateful for the opportunity to be able to perform and work on something that allowed for being human and not just a dancer.
Working with Enzo was a really, really interesting experience. Having the work be so theatrical, he really pushes the dancer to look past the movement and to really involve yourself deep within, as opposed to just thinking it from an aesthetic point of view and only the physical, whereas he really pushes you to find more in your heart, which then I've discovered really helps to evolve your physicality. When you bring it from in here, it really lengthens. You can find different things for yourself within the movement when you really bring it from here, like Enzo really draws it out of you. So working with that was a really interesting dynamic to work with, and very, very inspirational choreographer to work with, definitely.
We started to bring Enzo in over the past 2 weeks. It's been a fantastic experience for me, mainly having a more balletic background. It's been an awesome experience to find width in my space, not only in carving space, but in expanding space in my body and in the actual space that we're in. It's been such a challenge because we're demanding to have our center but then surpass it. And it's been such a great experience to have to constantly be pushed while at the same time finding that strength and frame that allows you to go beyond respect without falling on your face. I really believe that it's that he thinks it's important, that our individual artistic voices are very important, and it's nice to find that steady balance of where you're working from and where he's coming from, and it's been a really positive experience for me and for the company.
He personally has pushed me a lot, which I'm very deeply grateful for, to feel that, to experience that, and to work with him.